maximum people falter between the transition between 10th and 11th, because till 10th we have a typical way of studying. So there are only few students who go and visualize till 10th, because it's more like a rote learning in which you have to reproduce things, because board exams and competitive exams are completely different things. Yes. In boards you require to reproduce things, right? Whereas in competition you require to visualize things, you require to go in deep of things, and maybe not by remembering a lot of concepts, but by applying a lot of things, right? You do things differently. So we'll just take this point in detail.
Right. So adding on to that point, as Anand very rightly said, boards and the competitive exams, the whole attitude and the approach is very completely different, and that's the first point there. Right. And application is not just reproducing what Newton's law is. You would be given a numerical in which you will not be given direct values. Like you all know force is equal to mass into acceleration. So don't expect in a competitive exams you will be given force, you will be given mass, and you will be asked to find acceleration. That never happens, right? The question will be twisted in a way in which you will be forced to understand all the concepts of the chapter, and then only you can apply, and that comes also through practice, right? So a probable question can be that there is a body of mass 10 kg which has changed its velocity from 10 meter per second to 50 meter per second in 5 seconds, right? What is the force on the body? So suddenly, now this is not like this is given and I can find it. You need to apply it, right? And you need to know how to apply this.
For those who have just moved to 12th, they have experienced their 11th and sudden drop in their percentage from 10th to 11th. So 10th May, they used to get 9 CGPA, 10 CGPA, but suddenly in 11th, what happened was they were struggling to get even 70%, right, in their school exams. Now, this happened with me, and my parents started telling me, "Beta, तुम्हारे board में marks नहीं आ रहे, तुम्हारे competition में कैसे होगा?" So all these things starts troubling you, right? That I was a 10 CGPA guy, and suddenly what has happened? I'm not able to get 70%. So just trust me that it's basically, there are two things. You are always in a conflict between application and reproduction, right? And you tend to do things little bit differently, little bit like 10th, little bit like 11th, and therefore you are confused in between, right? And therefore, those who are actually preparing for competitive exams, trust me, your inclination towards competition should be more as compared to your boards in this 11th and 12th, and towards the end, obviously, it will happen towards boards, right? Now, the second point, which is very relevant, second point says that, and this is very important about boards and competition, that everyone for boards who is preparing for boards can get 90%, but not everyone who is preparing for competition will get selected. And there is a huge difference between these two, because there is a fixed seat which a competitive exam will allow. For example, IIT, out of 15 lakh students, only allow 15,000 students to be admitted to different IITs, various IITs. Whereas in boards, you listen that there are a lot of students who are above 90%, right? So everyone can get that, because anyone who has learned that concept, remember that, can get to that particular percentage, right?
Exactly. So the guys, the main motto of this, tip is, we have seen students who have managed this transition of 10th moving to 11th. The guys who are able to manage this transition successfully have a huge chance of actually going on and actually clearing these competitive exams. Okay. And when we say transition, we are actually talking about that 3 to 6 months time horizon. So in some of the cases, it starts in April. In probably South, it starts from June, right? The schools, right? So if till October, like, broadly, if you are able to manage the transition and not give up during that period, right? There is a very high chance that you will actually go on and get selected in this competition.
We'll come to that point,
right? Yeah. Exactly, right? So that's the most important thing which we want to take, home.
Hi students, this is Vamsi, and I know you really liked that video. But you know what? That is not it. There are 7 more secrets which we have in store just for you. So if you want to know them, click on the link below. These 7 secrets will tell you some amazing tips to crack the competitive exams called JEE Mains, JEE Advanced and NEET. So please go ahead and click on the link below. All the best.